Hello everyone, my name is Michael Green and I will be showing you how to make a quick and easy conveyor belt in Unreal Engine 4. Let me share my screen. Okay, so all you have to do is type the Unreal Engine to Google and it'll be the first one that will pop up on your screen. You click it and you'll be shown the Unreal Engine website. Unreal Engine is one of the leading two gaming engines currently. It's known for its amazing particle systems and on basically, as its name is, Unreal graphics. So all you do is hit download, and then once you download, you'll be prompted with two different options. I select publishing lease because you would pay them money, but that's only if you were to make money off of the product that you are making. So for example, if you were the one to make Fortnite, but you never sent it out and sold it to anybody, then you wouldn't have to pay Unreal anything because you're basically just publishing through them. So you don't with them you only pay the 5% if you actually make anything off of it. So all you have to do is hit select and then you just log in, you sign up, and once you do that, the download will start. Now with that, there's no extra additive, so it only downloads the Epic Games launcher. Let me show you the Epic Games launcher. This is what we'll be using. Okay, so from the Epic Games launcher, you'll start at home. All you have to do is go down and click Unreal Engine. Once you click Unreal Engine, you just do launch. And mine is currently at 4.22, and there are more available in current ones, like the one that's coming out, Unreal Engine 5, which if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend to check it out. It's quite it's quite amazing to see what that demo and what games can go to in the future. Or VR, because VR can also be done through Unreal. So we do is launch, and depending on how fast your computer is, it'll be faster or slower than this. Mine is a decent one, so mine loaded relatively fast. All you have to do is hit new project. From new project, we start at blank, but we want the one that's called third person. So from third person, make sure it's with starter content, and you can name your project whatever you want. But I don't need to start a new project. If I did, all I have to do is just hit create. So I go back to my projects and I'm gonna hit conveyor inventory. And once again, loading and creating is about the same as well. So if you have like a game that's 50 gigabytes, obviously it'll take longer. Sorry, I was moving to get a better angle. Okay. So if you want to move around in your scene, just hold right click and then use WASD screen just to show you. You can hit play, and it's exactly the same. WASD to move, and just move your mouse around. If you want to get out of that, just hit escape. Well, for us, what we want is to go to content. You make a new folder. Once you make a new folder, name it conveyor. Well, my bad. You can name it my and then underscore, because if you realize you can't actually use spaces in Unreal, so you have to name it something inside the file. So you can just use like an underscore, and then you can do that. So just name it my conveyor. As you see, I've attempted this 3 times now, just to make sure I got it right. So I'm gonna name mine 4, for example. And then once we go to it, all you do is click it, right click in there, hit blueprint class, actor. Name it class, oh not class, sorry. Name it conveyor, move, and then if you were like me, you did it multiple times, you can name it whatever. But the gist of it is just to make sure you do it. Now from that, you just left click twice. You'll be given this screen. I'm going to bring up my other one that I could create it just to make sure I'm doing it correctly. And then you can even full screen. So from here, we do add component. Once we add component, we do a box collision. And with that box collision, we take it and we just drag it on top of this. Then we type in arrow. And the arrow is just there to show us where it is once we place it inside. Yeah. Basically just so we know which direction it's going. Now I want you to go to box And then once you click on box, you'll see details. Make sure you uncheck hidden in game. This is just so that we can tell where the box is once we place it down inside the scene and we hit play. Okay, so we go to event graph. It's the same thing that when you move it inside the scene. You just hold right click and you just go anywhere you want. For us though, we want event tick. But before we even do that, we left click on the box, and I want you to type get overlapping components, and then not components, get overlapping actors. Excuse me. And we can drag that up. The reason why we do that is because we want the target to be the collision boxes. So, but now we drag off of this right here, which is called an array. And for that, we do for each loop because it's basically keeping a list of whatever is there. From event tick, we hook it to for each loop because if you don't, it's like a circuit board. So if you don't have it there, no matter whatever else you have over here, it will not work. So it will not be able to go to the next thing because it works like a circuit. Where from array element, we want world offsets. Yes. And basically this is getting the position of where the box is. And to do that as well, to get the time, like the location, we're gonna go off of seconds, pull that down, and then now I want you to type in the star symbol that's next to the num lock and all of that above the keypad. Type that in. That's how we get the times in here. Do not hit X, it will not work that way. Times is only the star. So, but the one we want is a float times a float. So you click that, and then we'll be given this node right here. You right click the node, like the little orb below that's empty, and do promote to variable. We're going to name it speed. Now, if you clicked out of it and you're trying to figure out how to rename it, all you have to do is hit F2 and then we give you that same thing. So, just like that. Hit compile and save. Now, once we do that, because we compiled and saved, we can actually use this. Go over to the value because I forgot this earlier. You go ahead and give it a value. Like, for example, I'm going to give the value 400, which is 2 times the speed I gave it in when I was doing it earlier, just to make sure I remember how to do this. After that, we just right click anywhere, not on on nothing, and then we specifically want to get, if I remember correctly, want actor, well, get actor rotation. Yes. And it's basically getting the location of where speed, or not speed, but it's basically getting the location of where it is in the world. Off of that, we want to, if I remember, get forward vector, yes. See, and Unreal Engine is smart enough to know exactly like what you want, so it limits your options down to what you can do. Pull that up. But however, we want to return this value into this value. As you see, it's not compatible, so we have to do something. So you just pull off of it, you hit the times, which is the star again, and now we want vector times float, because we want to turn this float. We want to times this float by this vector. We just pull that up because visually pleasing. And then we just drag it in, and then we drag the return value into the delta location, and from there it should work. Oh wait, I did that last time. Make sure you drag this node into this, because like I said, it's a circuit, so it's moving from this all through this to show you, and then it goes to for each loop, and then it goes to here. So even though all of this is down here, it would not work because we did not hook the loop up to the world offset. So compile and save, and then from there we go to mine. Did I name ConveyorBelt 4? I think it doesn't matter. Every single one I made is exactly the same as the one that I showed you guys. So, but I think this is the one. Yes, it is. So, if you want to rotate something, normally without having to type it in over here, you just hit E, and then move it the way you want. I moved it 90 degrees to the left, And now if you hit W, this is how you get to pull it around and things like that. But what we want to do now is we want to hit R for scale. We want to scale it up. Oof, wait. Okay, there we go. We want to scale it up. I gotta click back on. There we go. For some reason I couldn't find it right there. If you can't find what you put down as well, all you have to do is type in the name of it. So if I did conveyor, that way it'll go ahead and show me what I have. Okay. That's just if you, for some reason, just couldn't grab it right there like I was. It's because I put it too close into the ground. I can only grab the arrow. So this is just to make it bigger, just so that we can see the difference. Now I'll show you the two differences. This is the one I made off camera. So now all we do is hit play, and as you see, if everything's working correctly, this is how it will work. So it moves you along. You can actually run against it and fight it if you want. Now you can make this on anything. So if you want to make an actual conveyor belt design, you can make that design, and then just once you make the design, if you want to move like that, all you do is you lay this box on top of it. But make sure it is laying mostly into the object itself, so it's not too high. So if I were to jump over, it won't pull me with it. But now let's do the one that we made. Yep, it works just fine. But as you see, it moves much faster, and it's harder for my character to fight against the current. And that is a simple tutorial on how to make a conveyor belt that moves. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.